The thing is, success comes after failures. Sometimes you could hit success right away, but as a entrepreneur, as the CEO of the business, we need to be tweaking, deleting, and adding. Tweaking, deleting, and adding. Why do I say that? Because the thing is, all the activities don't bring the same results. Not all the activities are the right activities to start with because we are trying to perfect a system.
Hey friends, this is Vinney Chopra. Thank you for liking the episodes that we bring, the guests in our podcast. Please do go to vinneychopra.com and free benefits so that you could get a lot of good things, goodies, all that. And also, please follow Gualter and I do a show, Abundance Mindset, on Thursday morning live, which is on 9 a.m. Pacific, and also Vinny and Bo show, which we also go live on Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific. See you on the other episode. Take care. Enjoy this show.
Welcome back to Abundance Thursdays. Myself, Gualter Amarelo, and the great Vinney Smile Chopra has built over $1.6 billion of real estate investments under management. Vinney, welcome back, brother.
Thank you, brother. This is LP and GPs. I do want to qualify that. We crossed 1 billion in the AUM, which is assets under management. But then the LPs, I'm into lots of real estate, lots of different things, a lot of startups, all that. 1.6 might be around that number. Hey, thank you, brother. We look forward to it. Anybody watching us or listening to us, I hope you follow us and also ask us questions and really share this episode with other people who can get help too. Again, we just have fun. I walk in the morning, Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, and we go live. Brother Gualter, how are you today, brother?
I'm very good, Vinny. So today's wealth principle is wealth principle 20. It is applying the 10x rule to your planning. And although a lot of times we go into this principle and like you just teach exactly how it works, I want to go a little bit different because I'm in the 10x planning phase of Alchemist Nation. And right now we have 30 live events that are running. They're running pretty good, Vinny. I think they could run better. I think I'm missing some sponsorships. I think I can have them running much better. But I want to go from 30 to 300. And that is a realistic goal. I know it is possible because there's 300 cities with over 100,000 population. So I want to go through the mindset of how do I leverage this and actually make it work. Before we dive into that, what does it mean to 10x to you? What does that actually mean? What is that mindset? Like, why is it so important?
I love it. I love it, brother. 10x, 20x, 100x. But as Grant Cardone, a great person, I got a selfie with him one day over there when I was in Texas, I think, or at a hotel in Florida. Anyway, he invented the term 10x, I think. But the key thing about 10x is how can you really get passionate about something, about some results, about what you want to accomplish, what you are doing right now. 30 are doing good. You got to make it 10x to 300. Let me say, when we build tribes, when we build communities, we got to look at who are the avatar, who will be the people who will be joining, first of all. Who do we want more of in that tribe? Secondly, what are their needs? See, it's hard to really satisfy everybody's needs, but majority, 70% of that tribe, what are they really looking for? What will be the benefits to them to join that tribe or that group or what you're trying to do? The other part is how can they benefit with the networking, and how can you as the sponsor or organizer, how are you going to be benefiting and helping them? Again, if we help more people, we get many fold back, like Zig Ziglar says, right? As you help, what is that? Oh my gosh, helping other people. No, if you help other people what they want, you get what you want. That's what I was trying to get to. I think in short sense, it's really focusing what the benefits are to the tribe members and also to you, and how to organize better with authoritative. Because see, people are looking for leaders. they become leader, the followers become leaders in due course of time. But you cannot just give it to them in a leadership position unless they are ready.
That makes a lot of sense to me. So you would suggest, so first, I know what the value is, right? We have real estate investors who come to our event. We have business professionals who come to our events, and they're looking to increase their income. A lot of them are looking to get passive income. And most of people just want to be able to retire one day. That's really, they want to quit their job or be able to do something that they actually enjoy. So we know that's their desire. And then what we deliver is the network of other people who they can work with. So that's obviously a simple value. At the deeper level, we've got the Millionaire Path Report, which we give away for free. So that's free value. And then we have the 52 Weeks to Wealth, which is the wealth principles. We have Abundance Thursdays, which is another
Yep.
training and value for them. And then they have the local teams. So the local teams are people who actually are real estate investor professionals. So like the realtor, the mortgage broker, the attorney, the lender, the deal finder, the property manager, like all of those local folks are who they need to get the job done. So I know we have the value. The challenge we're having now, Vinney, like to be perfectly honest with you, if I can be vulnerable, is
Yeah.
building out those teams is a lot of work. It's first, we need the leader, like you said, you need a leader who can then empower those sponsors, those trusted team members who can then, serve the community. So we've done a decent job putting coaches in place, like leaders in place, but then
Mhm.
building that team out, it takes time. It just takes like talking to people and getting them. And so we were hiring a sales team to have those conversations, but that part is hard, Vinny. We're having a hard time scaling.
It is. But then I'm just thinking about what would be some reels, some I'm just trying to see the media, right? So social media is huge in bringing the people together,
Right.
teams together. I've known some products that are selling very fast every week because of the tribe they have built. So I think maybe are we using Instagram, for example, to build these 300 communities? We should use without even advertising. Some platforms could be Facebook, could be YouTube, could be Instagram. I think Instagram is easy one, which can really search in different cities and then they become members and we give them free whatever. And then build the community that way. I'm just thinking out loud. The other thing came to my mind was all these communities have LinkedIn has changed its whole picture now. It's not a recruitment tool, it's a entrepreneurship tool. It's to who I am. LinkedIn has to be a strong one. So through sales navigation, I'm thinking to really penetrate that area, you could segment all these in the 300 different cities. It's 30 right now, but even perfect in 30s so that you find that solution, that blueprint, which can be then implemented all over the place rather than starting 60 and in 90. I think if 30, we could perfect that system through Instagram and LinkedIn. I think those are the two come to my mind. And to really softly bring entrepreneurs, homeowners, and all the CEOs and others into it.
Wow, Vinny, you just said something that came up in one of our marketing meetings, and I am realizing those guys were right. So, Sales Navigator on the LinkedIn side, it allows us to target specific entrepreneurs so we can build our teams a lot faster. I can find coaches, I can find realtors, mortgage brokers, attorneys. And now it's a matter of bringing in the sales team who can do that because that's a lot of conversations, right? I talked to 10 mortgage
Yes.
brokers. One of them is going to understand abundance, moral, ethical, legal, investing, real estate
Yes.
investing. Okay,
Yes.
so let's say there's 12 professionals, and now I've got to talk to 120 in a city. That's going to take a sales team to get there. So I'm with you 100%, and I like LinkedIn a lot. Now I'm listening to you, I'm thinking, okay, that's 10x. Like that is huge. It's a lot of conversations. 10 events, that's 1,200 people. 100 events, that's 12,000 people that we have to talk to. And to get to the 300
Yes.
event, that's now 36,000 people that we have to have a conversation with, which means Gualter can't do it by himself. So
No, definitely not. And that's where it comes to really training. They are not salespeople. They are actually partners in your business and our business so that we could really give them, not as sales. I don't like the sales calling out centers or anything. I think we should call them marketing. Marketing, maybe even partners, marketing partners, different names. But then you and I and other people in your team need to train them right. We need the best of the best scripts, best of the best short messages, best of the best, not just one message, but one, two, three, four. Because, see, not everybody responds from the first message.
Say that again. Not
Which
everybody
is the
responds to
truth.
the first message. It's true.
No, no, we got so much going on in our life, brother. I read somewhere you have to send the same email 7 times to get noticed. I don't know what the number is now, but same thing is true messaging on LinkedIn. It's become so, what's the word now?
Saturated.
People don't give it the same
Yep.
credence as they used to because they always feel, and I feel myself, by the way, when other people they say, please connect, and then they send the message, it's a copy pasted message when I know what is there to sell. Hold on.
Right.
So
It's all
we need to
generic.
it's generic, but we need to just try to tune the message nicely and so on. And also soft pedal, but then give why they should join the tribe.
That's good. I am taking notes as we go, and I realized just now I came up with the math of 3,600 conversations need to be had, 36,000 conversations need to be had, and I realized if I have to reach out to them 10 times, like if there's 10 follow-ups, that's
Mm-hmm.
360,000 follow-ups.
Mm-hmm.
At that, I'm now reverse engineering and saying that's like a lot of people to accomplish this goal. So it can't be done in a month, right? So I don't know. The 10x rule says that you got to
No,
think
no, no.
massive action, right? So
Well, massive action from where we are to, I think if we really have that goal in mind and be passionate about it, it's just that we could blow lots of contacts who will never really give any credence to it, but to have the message and training these marketing partners, I call it
I love
marketing
it.
partners. I love that term. I love that term. I'm going to say that again and again, and in my teams too, because they are partners and there is incentive built in it and it's their livelihood. Every team member, we as the CEOs of those companies, we have very big obligation to train them, to show them the path, and then give them all the tools so that they can be winners.
So valuable, Vinny. We've been talking to, I'm going to call them relationship managers, or what do we call them? Marketing managers, marketing
Hold on.
partners. Okay, so marketing partners. So I've been talking to my marketing partners and
Mhm.
training them to send out 40 messages on LinkedIn, 40 messages on Instagram, 40 messages in text. Like anybody who's come to our events before, it's like we just
Mhm.
message them too. So if I started to, so that's 120 a day, right? That's 120 a day times 10 is 1,200 in a day. If I had 10 people operating, so over 10 days, that'd be 12,000 that we could send out. That is still going to take, I need more than 10 people is what I'm coming up with.
No, no.
Help it.
Hold on,
I
hold
got to
on.
leveraging.
Yes, brother. See, the
Mm.
thing is, when you send messages, how long does it take for a person to send messages? I know some rotocaller or whatever it is, call centers, they have one person talk to 100 people a day. Talk to. All right.
Talk to.
So we need to look at a system in the go high level where we could send mass texting and then I don't so through sales navigation too. I'm sure there are ways. I never take no for an answer, by the way. I just say, okay, if I want to 10x, 20x, 100x, how can I automate it? You are the same way too. I know you. So the big thing, we need to go that high to find out we got the good message. We really have the good message? We don't need one message. We need 5, 6, 7 messages. Tweak a little bit, saying the same thing so that we can get noticed.
Right.
See, repetition is the must because we got to have a good KPI. We got to close better. How do we close better? When we follow through, follow up, follow through, remind, follow through, like that. It's like a system. I don't know. In my mind, as you're asking me questions, it's coming to my mind. How I would approach will be to set a good strategy where we have the messages and ask ChatGPT and robots and all that. Is that the right thing? What's the short way? Short message in texting, short message in LinkedIn, short message in all the avenues. People don't have time. People don't have time. So we need to give benefits to
I love
them.
this. I wrote it
And
down. So I did the math really quick.
yes,
360,000 texts would be 1,000 texts a day. And that is sustainable if 10 people are messaging 100 people a day.
sure,
Or if an
sure.
automation is running 1,000 and then booking calls at a 10% conversion, that'd be 100 calls split across 10 people. That's 10 calls a day.
Very easy. And
Huh.
the biggest thing I would like to say is that, is there a way to even do it automatically? Wow. I bet through Go High Level, if we LinkedIn, say, if I were you, I'd like to Google or YouTube, how can I use Go High Level with LinkedIn?
Oh, I love
You
it.
know, it just comes to my mind right away. And Instagram, how can a Go High Level help me? And I'm sure in the forum on Facebook or whatever, ask that question. Somebody's done it. There is some a plug or whatever so that it can be done. If it's not done, why not?
You know what? I do know that it is possible. So I know I've spent a lot of time in GHL, so I know that you can
Yes,
integrate LinkedIn, you can integrate Facebook, you can integrate Instagram
yes,
messaging. I've done it before. You can integrate WhatsApp
yes.
messaging, so I've got that. And Alchemist Connect has all that wired up already. So it's just a
Uh-huh.
matter of the only challenge with those is you can't send first contact. So somebody would have to send first contact, but it can't, all the automatic responses can be done. So we've recently integrated with ChatGPT. So the responses
Yep.
can be, feels like you're talking to a person,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a
Mm-hmm.
command that leads it towards a call to action. 3 or 4 messages in, it'll lead it to a call to action. I can implement that. I didn't think of
So
it until you said it.
yeah, now let me ask you a question on
Yeah.
LinkedIn also. You are probably going to go to people in your teams,
Yep.
their LinkedIn's, and then you have to find the first contact, second, and so on, right? And maybe even have a great message for the second and third contacts to get you to the first level, right?
Right. Right.
The other part is to really find out LinkedIn profiles and the quality of people you want to attract in your tribe in each city. So by going to, how would you determine that, right? There will be thousands of people in that city. So maybe even take one city where you are right there in Tampa and perfect the system. Who should be the right people to join the tribe where we can give the maximum benefit to them?
I love this. So that we have. So that we know for sure. We've got Tampa at 8 team members now. So we're just missing a couple of people, but we know for sure we're operating very smoothly with this. And you're
Mm-hmm.
right. It's taking this now and scaling it to the other groups. I love that. So I'm gonna move forward with the next steps. We just talked about leverage. As we fail, how do I embrace failure, Vinny? As I inevitably make mistakes along this process.
Everybody makes mistakes. If we don't mistakes, then we are wrong somewhere. The thing is, success comes after failures. Sometimes you could hit success right away, but as a entrepreneur, as the CEO of the business, we need to be tweaking, deleting, and adding. Tweaking, deleting, and adding. Why do I say that? Because the thing is, all the activities don't bring the same results. Not all the activities are the right activities to start with because we are trying to perfect a system.
Wow. That's, yeah. And I won't know which activities are right until I've gone and made some failures, made some experiments, and
Yes.
then come back, talk to you, talk to Brian, made some iteration changes. All right, so we talked about leverage. So that was step 5 that you had sent me. So we talked about leverage already. Leveraging technology is really what you hammered on. And so cultivating an environment, step 6 of this. So how do I leverage cultivating the right environment to scale up and hit this target of 300 impactful locations across the country, building millionaires? What suggestions do you have to implement just like daily activities for me, for the team, the marketing partners?
I think the biggest thing would be, I would say, recruiting. Do we have the right people in place? I always say that hiring the wrong person can really delay the whole process. So we need to really find the right partners who have done it, who are passionate about it, who will like the remuneration or the pay that you will be giving. Then, first is hiring, second is training them, training, looking at what they are saying, watching, helping them to really perfect their system, how they sound, all those things, right? On the telephone, of course, their messaging. If you give the messaging and they are duplicating them with putting some personalization into it, I'm thinking if we send a message with, say, I've been watching your successes on LinkedIn and congratulations for this and that. See, those personal messages will go a long way
This is good. So
to
creating the
entice people.
environment, this is, you wrote down these notes of like surrounding yourself with like-minded people, inspirational
Mm.
mentors, conducive spaces that fuel the ambition and drive. I love what you just said because it ties it into something I can actually implement. It really is just about bringing in the right people. Like at the end of the day, what you said
Yeah.
is
Yes,
bring in
yes,
the right
yes.
people, and and then provide them with the tools, right? Make the
It's
script,
the
the
key.
tools, the system.
You got it. You got it, brother. It's all the raw material. It's the hiring. If the wrong hire is done and you kept on teaching that person and finding them to not bring the results, it's
Yep.
our fault. It's
I
our
love
fault. We got
I
to
love
hire the right
the
people.
ownership on hiring
Ownership.
the right people.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
So
Take
Vinny,
time. Take time to really find the right people and then take them through the whole process, interview them 2 times, 3 times. Make sure that we are using tracker. I hope you're using, if they are international assistants, screen share, monitor, another one, top tracker is another one I'm using now, because you got to make sure they're honest. See, many times, even in USA and abroad, everywhere in any country, people are, especially freelancers, I shouldn't say that all of them, but some are not that honest. And they're able to do this job and that job. But if you're not able to track, and then their pay is based on, like, this top tracker has a beautiful place where you go ahead and track their time, and at the end of the week, how many, even in minutes, it shows up. And then it takes, I think, the images of their screen, because everything is done on their laptop, right, or computers like that. So it takes pictures of it. So I hope anybody watching us, by the way, and if you think that your international assistants are not up to par, or you don't have way to really track, and honesty is the best policy. I give my international assistants bonuses, KPI, benefits, all those things, and meet them every week. Sometimes even my other partner was meeting 3 times a week. He was getting so much done.
high contact, treating them like an actual sales team. In fact, by the way, when Vinny says his international partners, what he's referring to are his virtual assistants. So
Assistants, yes, yes, yes,
I have to
yes.
translate Vinny sometimes. So
I would say international virtual assistant. Sorry, sorry,
no,
sorry.
I
Yeah,
love it
that's what
because
it.
it's your true mindset, and you do
Yeah,
see your virtual assistants as your international partners, and I think that's the way you
totally,
communicate really dictates how you feel about a person. So it's very powerful.
totally.
You don't have to
And
change for
the
this show
key,
at all.
no, really, because see, we want to take care of everybody in our organization so that they are happy, contented, they're passionate, they are burning desire, they get up for hours, they're working. in Philippines or Ethiopia or Romania, right? You want them to feel special and you want them to accolade for their good job and of course and then teach and make sure that they're and I use Asana, Asana.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. I'm sure you use that too. Nothing is going through the slips at all, cracks, nothing, nothing. So I would highly recommend everybody to use Asana. Asana.
I like that. I like the idea. So for anybody who's listening about and not sure what we're talking about hiring the right people. We're talking about scaling up, going from 10x. Like, how do you grow your company? I've been very selfish in today's show. I've been asking Vinney, how do we do this with Alchemist Nation? Very specifically saying, how do we get to 300 locations? We're at 30 locations, building 100 millionaires each. How do we get to 300 locations? And we just talked about the importance of hiring the right people. And then we shifted over to Virtual Assistants International partners and making sure that you're tracking them. So it's trust but verify. Bring on good people, but also track and ensure, hold them to a standard. This final lesson 7 of the 10x rule, of applying the 10x rule, is celebrating progress and milestones.
Ah,
So
we talked about that a little bit before. I love these Gucci shades. Gucci, I don't know how much my wife paid or whatever. The thing is, you got to reward yourself. Why do we work so hard? Why we are getting up in the morning and be passionate all day long, 17 hours or 18 hours or 10 hours or 9 hours? All entrepreneurs work very hard. I'm sure you do and Darina does, Walter. The key thing is you got to pat yourself on the back. You got to really, material things are, a lot of people don't like them and some like them and whatever. But the thing is, you got to pat yourself, reward yourself for the job well done, because then it excites you to really do even more of that. And then 10x and 20x and 100x will be in your reach.
this has probably been my favorite show podcast with you. I think I've got a lot out of it. So for everybody who's listening right now, Vinney has 10x his goals for years. Every year he's looking at something bigger, and right now he's seeing a huge problem in the marketplace. There are great syndicators, really quality, really talented syndicators who've made some really good deals happen, but now they've gotten themselves into a situation where the market interest rates have increased, where expenses have just shot through the roof, insurance has shot through the roof, and now they're doing capital calls. They need additional capital. These are great investors with great deals, great projects, and they're in a market that has just thrown a curveball at them. And instead of going back
Yes.
to their investors, who may be struggling and having different challenges, and asking them for money, what Vinney's done is create a fund. It's called the Opportunity Fund, and this is a
Yes.
506. No, this is a
C. C.
C, right? So
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
talk about it on the deal on the
Yep.
show, which is really cool because very few people who talk about their deals on shows like this actually can. They don't have them set up properly and they get in trouble and get sued by the SEC. Vinny's set this up properly so he can actually, and he's doing it for you, so he can actually talk about his deal on these podcasts because I think he agrees it's important for people to learn how passive investing works and how syndication works. So Vinney, can you tell us how many deals are you currently looking at right now with the Opportunity Fund? If you
Wow,
have
we
it off
have
the top of your head.
9 deals on the table, brother. And what it is, it's an opportunistic fund, income fund. We'll be giving the money 1 million, 2 million, 4 million, 10 million, and only to the operators. I want to qualify that. If you can reach out to me, DM me or reach out to me. And that is for you have to have $500 million in your portfolio to 5 billion or whatever, but minimum is $500 million. They need to be nice assets which are performing correctly. You just need this money as a mezzanine, as rate lock, or some capex, or you are doing refinancing, or you did a call, and you should have a good DCR, debt coverage ratio, and everything. And that's why. And people can invest with me with only 50,000 or 100. I have very few people I allow 50,000, but 100,000 is minimum, 506B for a C for accredited investors only. And we're giving huge, really nice returns and paying our dividends or distributions from day one. As people wire their money, we start accruing there and we'll be giving out in July, I think, our first distributions. So it's a beautiful fund. Your money will be putting into 18 to 22 assets. It's diversified. It's fully protected with the SEC ruling and all that. Yeah,
This is probably the coolest fund you've ever done. Is that fair to say, Vinny?
it
You've done a
is.
lot
It
of cool
is.
stuff, right? You got the $100
I
million
have done.
multifamily fund, you got the $100 million hospitality fund, but
Yeah,
this particular fund seems to me to be the most in tune with the marketplace right now, like
so
where things
true.
are right
So
now. And you
true.
said this on your podcast, on your webinar when I was on it, that
Mhm.
this is going to be a short-term opportunity. This is going to
Short
be
term.
2 years, maybe 4 years, where you're
Yeah.
just solving this problem in the marketplace right now. Like, you moved on it quick. I remember about 8 months ago, 9 months ago, we were talking about it. You said, "Hey, I think I've got to do this because the marketplace needs it." So $500 million. How are you finding
I
these
know.
guys? How are
I
you
know.
finding
I
these
know.
operators with $500 million?
Well, I'm so glad you said that, brother. So we have a big name with lot of large institutions, lenders, and so forth, and they know who these beautiful operators are and great operators who have done very well, but they're just in a little bit crunch. So they're giving us leads, our proprietary networks and all that. They're bringing leads and so forth. And also, we are going out to seek out to some top people in this country who we know personally and then say, hey, do you need help? So we got lots of good deals coming on the table.
I'm always wondering marketing questions. I'm always wondering, like, how are you filling the pipeline for this? How are you finding the deals, right? How you find those deals? You're going to hedge funds and lenders who you've worked with in the past for your projects and other people's projects. That is fantastic. This has been, like I said, to me, a very valuable episode. I so appreciate Vinny and all the, so for everybody who's listening, Vinny is on the board of directors, board of advisors for Alchemist Nation. He's very
Yes.
tied into our results. Our board meeting was supposed to be today. We moved it to next week. So I'm actually cheating. I'm preparing a little bit
No,
so I
that's
can be.
fine. That's fine. Flexibility is the number one thing. I should say that. We'll end the broadcast that be flexible. Everybody, don't get tired. Calendars are there. I know many times I like to hold on with the appointments and everything. But if somebody has something come up, don't get mad. Look at, we need to live our life fully, personal life, business life, spiritual life, everything. So I think it's good to be flexible and be really determined to 10x, 20x each and every day and make it happen. Every single moment counts. Not the past, not the future, but today, the now, the present. We need to unfold it and give our very best, the 10x.
Vinny, in that case, we do Abundance Thursdays every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Vinny, for this piece of advice, for this wealth principle. For everybody listening, cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best. Lots of free resources.
See you next week. See you next week, guys. See you next week. Please put a reminder on your iPhone, Android. Hey, Vinny and Chopra are going to come on Abundance Mindset Show. And I hope you like the content and follow and share so that you could just put what you call notification, I think is the word, because we go live on all the channels of Gualter and mine, and love to see you and answer your questions and even anything we can do to help you.
Cheers. We'll see you on the next one.
See you in the next one.
Hey there! The upcoming episode is scheduled for Thursday. We appreciate your viewership of the Abundance Mindset Show. Tune in every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 12 p.m. Eastern on various social media platforms hosted by Vinney Chopra and Gualter Amarelo. Don't forget to subscribe, share your comments, and leave a 5-star review. Thank you for your support.